Well, in the last month, the state's Department of Employment Security has stopped nearly 150,000 fake unemployment claims. That is just a slice of what the agency has seen during the pandemic.
And in tonight's WGN Investigates, Lourdes Duarte walks you through how that scam even targeted her.
It's not just me, but a lot of people are getting calls from their Human Resources Department asking if you filed for unemployment. Normally, employers are able to verify that you're still working and case over, but that's a lot tougher to do with the self-employed. It may take weeks for the state to verify some of the information so the unemployment money goes out before you know anything about it. A state known for its big Midwest city skyline, it's nearly 13 million people, and right now a thick layer of snow is measuring how to plow through a scam that has blanketed the country.
We're in the middle of a battle.
Every single one helps them.
You may recognize Michael Albert from the governor's pandemic press conferences.
Yeah, I have been approached on the streets and people refer to me as the signing guy, or they ask me if I'm that guy on TV.
Over the last year, he's heard a lot of numbers.
50% like we're seeing in Iowa.
In December, his number came up, though, when hackers tried to cash in on his years of work.
Somebody fired me and I didn't realize it.
It turns out his story is one of a million. The state's Department of Employment Security has stopped more than 1.1 million fake claims and counting.
I tried calling right away.
Any idea how they were able to gain your information?
No, honestly, no idea how they could have gotten all the information, especially the very old information. With
people like Bruce and Kenya Owens were victims, and even here at WGN, investigations into the deadly insurrection, lowly TV anchors got hit too.
That's right. You can add my name to the list of fake claims that have been submitted in Illinois just in the last few months. So this is the form that I got from Human Resources, and the hackers, it looks like they had my full name, my social security number, even information on my pay. All of that got me thinking, how many of these claims have been successful? And where do I go from here?
We're stopping what's reported to us, and we're also using our data analytics to shut down claims.
In Illinois, Kristen Richards leads the Department of Employment Security. The agency is still tallying up the loss, but here's a roundup in other parts of the country. In Nevada, for example, $100 million was paid out in fake claims. In Ohio, the number's a lot higher, $332 million. And in California, get ready, $11 billion paid in fraudulent claims. In fact, a Department of Labor Inspector General report issued late last year put the total loss nationwide at $36 billion.
There is a dialogue around what it is that agencies should be reporting to the federal government and how the federal government will treat those losses.
This month, Illinois mailed out 1099-G forms, which they think will alert a lot of people about unemployment claims they knew nothing about. Then there's the issue of identity theft and what it all means long term.
Public data breaches, including my private email address. It says 5, and then stolen passwords associated with that email, 2. Are you worried for me or what?
I mean, the answer is a simple yes. You should be very concerned about it.
Darren Guccione, who runs Keeper Security, helped me along the process. He said most likely my ID was stolen in a data breach and ended up on the dark web, where it was discovered by a criminal and used to file a fraudulent unemployment claim. If this happens, he says, first thing, change passwords.
High-strength random passwords. If the websites support two-factor authentication, make sure that you enable that in the security settings.
And if you've been hit, don't be surprised if fake unemployment claims are attempted again and again.
This is something that you cannot stop being vigilant about. It's a way of life now.
A lot of the information, he says, is obtained on the dark web. Hackers get it and sell it. In some cases, police are catching up with people.
We began to notice various schemes that were used by criminals to take advantage of the economic relief packages.
In Nevada, 10 people face felony charges linked to $1.2 million in fake claims. A little closer to home, back in December, this man was arrested along Michigan Avenue for fighting. He was carrying a gun and 7 unemployment debit cards in different names. It may take months to get a handle on just how many people in Illinois were targeted. So far, Michael Albert has made it through this identity theft storm with no issues. But like Illinois weather, you just never know what's next.
Even if you haven't been the subject of one of these fake unemployment claims, is to do what's necessary, I think, to protect your credit now.
And Michael Albert hasn't had any issues with his credit, and knock on wood, neither have I. Some red flags to watch for. That 1099-G tax form was recently sent out. If you get one, that usually means you or someone using your name has received government funds. Call IDES and report it. I did put together a list of some of the tools and resources that I used to report my case. You can find that at WGNTV.com. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.